What's going on, guys? It's your girl Shantae C checking in with a brand new tea and things. I'm chilling with my homegirl.
Nia, what's up? It's another Wednesday. We're here back in the building. Looking a little
Yes,
different tonight because of the weather. We're all snowed
yes.
in.
We want to
But
be safe. We want to be safe.
we are here and we don't have our cups, but y'all already know who they are. So we're going to shout out our sponsor, Lucky
Lucky
Coin.
coin.
Lucky Coin. If you have a small business you want to grow, and I can vouch for that, hit us up and we'll definitely get you in touch.
Yes, yes. So what kind of celebrity tea do we have tonight, sis?
Lord, they have a lot going on.
Oh
But
boy.
y'all know we can't go through it all in one
Oh gosh.
episode. But like y'all messing with me when y'all be messing with Chris Brown. But um so Chris Breezy, he is suing Warner Brothers for
Huh?
$500 million.
What?
Yes, because of the docu series they put out on him. He said it was all lies.
Oh,
Yes. And
wait a
he
minute now.
yeah. And he also said that he has never ever been convicted of any type of sex crimes ever. So
Sex crimes.
I guess all of that was in this docu series or
Oh
whatever,
boy.
but yeah, that's a hot ass mess.
Yes.
But I do love when someone feels like lies have been put out on them.
Yeah.
They stand up for themselves at
Oh
whatever cost. I do love that because I'm a person that believe in standing up and suing your ass.
yeah. Oh Lord.
Period.
But don't get
That's one
sued.
of my beliefs.
Please
Back in
don't
the
get
days,
sued by your girl.
I probably wanted to put some hands on you, but I got too much to lose. I'm past that. So now I'm just going to sue your ass. See you in court.
Right.
So I do love that artists do, not artists, just people in general, do stand up for themselves and do that for sure. They feel like it's not true. And he said that before that, before this docu series was leaked, they also had word that a bunch of the stuff in there was not true and they took no action, which is kind of shocking for Warner Brothers because you would think that they would avoid lawsuits at all costs, right?
I don't know. Maybe they jumping on the bandwagon trying to, I don't know, get some kind of shock factor, but
Yeah, and
maybe
they
they
got the
felt
money
like,
for sure.
the shock factor outweighed him suing back. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, but Chris, yay, I got your back, Mr. Brown.
Oh Lord.
Y'all know I love me some Breezy.
I
Okay.
know you do.
Yes, 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 yes. And moving on. So, Lord have mercy. Kevin Powell
Okay.
and many, many, many other artists and people all over the internet, they are saying that Snoop Dogg stabbed hip hop in the back.
What?
So, so Snoop Dogg, he performed at one of Trump inaugurations, one of his new whatever events. We know Trump all in the rappers right now, whatever. And Snoop performed, but previously,
Mm-hmm.
before this performance,
Right.
when Trump was running around trying to get everybody to perform,
Mm-hmm.
when he was running or whatever, Snoop released a statement
Mm-hmm.
calling out a bunch of artists and just basically saying you know y'all are not real if y'all perform for this man and all this, and now here he is for the almighty dollar
Of course. Listen,
performing.
listen. Snoop is about his coins. Okay.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure. I mean, I guess Snoop said, "Hell, I've been doing the Olympics. I've been doing what are you doing? The Voice or American Idol? One of them.
I think he was doing The Voice.
I'm doing all this shit, and I
He
got that
like, listen,
audience
I'm trying
now."
to get my paper because listen, Snoop at the age where he's like, listen, I'm trying to just get my money and retire. I'll blame him.
Yeah.
Get your money and retire.
So a lot of people have been really coming for him, and I think it all,
Oh Lord,
yeah, for sure, and I think it all
listen,
stems with
Lulu says, I guess that makes Uncle Snoop and Uncle Tom.
girl, girl, Lord.
That part.
The man done stabbed hip hop in the back, they say.
Oh,
Lord, Lord.
Lord, what else we got going on, girl?
And I'm actually pretty proud of Sexy Red for this, okay? Oh yeah, Lulu, I agree. Snoop has enough money.
He needs to have some freaking morals.
Snoop says, shit, write me that damn check. Fuck.
Listen, he been hanging out with Martha Stewart too much.
Oh Lord. But I am very proud of Sexy Red. Okay, I'm gonna take y'all there. So somebody made a post or whatever. Sexy Red only did a repost. Y'all gotta remember she's young and she's not. I mean, her blank is pink and her booty hole's brown. So let's just go there, okay? So we know her thought processes and always thinking, okay?
Yeah,
But
look,
anyway,
look. Sexy,
she reposted
no,
the post.
don't get him sexy. I'm sorry.
And what the post was her like doing a sexy red dance with MLK. You know, they done photoshopped them in the
Er,
post. All she did was retweet it, and she thought she was retweeting, excuse me, something nice for MLK. Okay,
she couldn't have thought that.
twerking all over the bed or
She
whatever.
couldn't have thought that.
Well, Dr. King Jr.'s daughter, Bernice, did not find it funny,
Oh, I'm
thought
sure
it was
Bernice was
very
going off,
untasteful,
baby.
very trashy, and she expressed how she felt. And she felt it was very disrespectful.
Well, these kids these days, they don't. So the thing is all the freedoms and all of the rights to speak out and speak your mind and freedom of this and freedom of that. They don't understand that just, a short 70 years ago, that wasn't our situation. They
Right.
don't get it. Like they really don't understand. And because they, especially the ones that have come up like in hip hop and they haven't really had to have like a regular 9 to 5, and they, maybe haven't experienced being in more than just the black culture. They don't realize how oppressed our people still really truly are. So I mean, I just say, unfortunately, they're living in this world that most black people don't live in. You know what I mean?
Facts, for sure. Well,
So it's sad and unfortunate, but hopefully, hopefully she doesn't get mad about it. Hopefully she just kind of, you
well,
know,
I'm getting there. I'm going
okay,
there.
well, what
So
happened?
I am very proud of Sexy Red because she definitely did take accountability, and we know I love that. Um, and she apologized to the family publicly on her social media, and she said she thought she was just reposting something. She didn't realize the effect. She apologized. She took ownership, and I commend her for that, especially that came from Sexy Red.
Well, maybe she does have a little bit of couth, so
Yeah,
good for you. Good for
yeah.
you.
So I thought that was really grown of her, and actually, this putting this word with sexy is going to be a big word. but I thought it was very classy of her to
I
to take
mean,
accountability and to apologize and say, I never, I didn't mean to offend your family. I didn't mean, anything. And especially after Bernice, the word she used was untasteful. Um, like just she didn't use very nice word.
well, maybe she respects her elders. So there you go.
Yeah. So sexy, we love you for that, girl. We do. We do.
Yeah,
Get
I
it
think it's good.
sexy. Get it sexy.
Maybe that'll rub off on some other folks,
Yeah,
taking
and I think
accountability.
yeah, accountability and taking ownership, and it definitely is a big deal. It really is. Opposed to getting nasty when you're a little wrong, you're a little wrong.
Hmm.
So you getting nasty, you getting vengeful, you want to come out and fight.
Right, right. I
Uh,
mean, don't fight Bernice King, please.
no, Sexy didn't want to fight her. She apologized.
Ah,
So, and I love that about her. So I just, girl, you just gained I like your music, but you just gained a little morally respect
and
from
now you
me.
got a follower for life because Nia loves that type of stuff.
I do. I love when grown people can take accountability because I mean you're willing to grow and learn and be a better freaking person.
Yes, we like that. We got anything else to
No,
know?
that's all I got.
Okay.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
we gonna
Okay,
jump.
Lulu said yes, sexy responded. Yeah. And she responded like a nice grown woman. So I respect her for that. Go, girl.
Wonderful.
You
So
teaching your
we
kids some things.
we gonna jump on into our topic, right? So remember last week when we were discussing, or we had just basically brought it up and mentioned the Puff Daddy documentary, right? So at the time, I hadn't seen it. Nia hadn't seen it, but we said, listen, we're gonna come back and we're gonna discuss this Puff Daddy documentary topic, right? So in watching the documentary, right, they talk about Puff Daddy's growing up, his how his dad was kind of in the streets, he was a drug dealer, or and his mom, um, she was a stay-at-home mom, but they made good decisions to move them into a good neighborhood, put him in a private school and all of that jazz, right? But because they were living the street life, he saw the street life at home, but when he went to school, he didn't really see that. So he kind of had these two sides to him. He always wanted to be around the cool kids, but I think because of where he went to school, maybe he was not able to do all of that, right? So he tried to join a gang. He couldn't really join it. They wasn't really feeling him. They was calling him lame. He used to get beat up a lot and all this other kind of stuff. So I thought about, this whole situation because in the documentary, I feel like they were trying to say that because of how he kind of came up, this is the reason why he bullied people when he was grown, because he was kind of bullied when he was young. And so I just wanted to kind of talk about, does your past or how much of your past really affects your future self? So for me, I can definitely say, so for those who don't know a lot about me, I grew up a military brat, right? So I bounced from place to place to place all the time. One thing that I feel like I had to do every time I moved somewhere was I became like this chameleon. So whatever the the clique that I wanted to be a part of, whatever that clique needed, I feel like I fulfilled that role. Whether the clique needed, you know, a girl that was gonna stand up for everyone, whether the clique needed, the girl that was a brainiac, whether the clique needed, a girl that was gonna always turn up at the party or whatever. I feel like that was how I coined myself to be able to make the friends that I wanted, to be able to be in, the crowd that I thought, was the in crowd or whatever, because I was always moving. So I always had to kind of reinvent myself, and I think that that plays a huge role in how I am even to this day. Being in the music industry, I sing, I write, but here I am managing people because that was kind of like the need. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
I feel like in most situations, I always did things that I felt would benefit the people around me. So,
Okay, and you feel like that stimulates for sure from childhood. I think people's childhood definitely play a big role. And I'm no doctor, okay?
right, of course.
Not at all. But I think it definitely plays a big role in who you become,
Yeah.
or at some point in your life, in your childhood, still play a role. And just in a lot of things, you know. Um, I've, like, I mean, I've always been outspoken. I've always been the life of the party. I've always been very dominant. I've always been asked for what I want. You know what I mean? Like, and it's gotten me a long way in life. So it was a good trait to have. I've always, like when I was growing up and in school, I would try out for everything as a
Oh my
child.
goodness.
I would try out for everything, and whatever I made captain, that's what I would be. I had to be the captain.
Oh
And
Lord.
Shantae, that's so me today, right? I gotta,
She's a
I
boss,
gotta be the
that's for
freaking
sure.
captain.
She's a boss, that's for sure. Robin says it can go both ways. Sometimes your past can help you make better decisions as far as how you live your life and treat others, but it can also have a negative effect. I
Right,
can't,
and it did on Diddy for sure. I
right.
mean, we're not his doctor, we don't know, but we just going by the documentary saying that a lot of his ways could have came from being bullied and things like that, um,
Yeah, I
as
mean,
a child.
so I knew this guy back when I was in high school, and the guy, he was overweight. And he never got any play from any girls, right? No pretty girls ever wanted to mess with him because he was overweight and there was so many other choices at the time. Well, he was a friend to me. Like, so I would always talk to him and we would hang out, and I would he worked at the time, he worked at a radio station, so I would go up to the radio station and hang out with them behind the boards and stuff like that. It was really a lot of fun. So fast forward, like I told you guys, I was a military brat, so I moved around a lot. So when after I graduated from high school down in Florida, I moved up here to Georgia, and I lost touch with this guy for like the longest period of time. And then, of course, Facebook, I'm dating myself now. Facebook, comes into play, and he finds me on Facebook. And, we chatted back and forth for a little bit. But
But
he was,
long story short, did the guy get skinny and get all the girls?
well, that's not what I was going to say. The long
Okay.
story short of it was he did lose weight, but he became this very angry person, right? So
Okay.
whenever girls would like, say he was attractive or, do anything like that, like the way that he referred to women, like it's almost like he hated pretty girls.
Well, because they treated him like shit when he was younger. So, and I could see how somebody would take that alone through life with them. But I
Yeah.
think that, when we are taking negative things along through life, I mean, we're playing a game called life now. So that's when accountability steps in and be
Yeah.
like, I could be a little nasty, a little mean, a
Yeah.
little whatever, deceitful because of how I was treated as a child. And that's why they have professionals out here that can help us along the way.
Yeah, I definitely agree because I remember saying to this gentleman, I was like, why are you so like angry? Like, what's up? And they his whole thing was, these women, although he referred to them as something,
Bitches.
and hoes. Like they all own me, they don't deserve me or whatever. And so it was like a real thing. Like, even so, I had another really good friend of mine that I met when I was older. I was grown, and he was overweight. I mean, this overweight thing is like a crazy situation. And this young man actually lost a bunch of weight. He starved himself to the point where he passed away. But before he did, I remember having this conversation with him, and he was saying the same thing. Like, no girls ever thought I was handsome. They didn't think I was attractive, and I did this, and now they all on me. They all on me. And he just like had this kind of hate for women. So I'm just like, wow, like
Yeah, that's really, really sad.
it's
But I
really
do think
traumatizing.
a lot of times your childhood could affect could affect you as you get older, if you've been bullied or if you've been mistreated or
But I
whatever.
wonder
And
psychologically what
and we
makes people treat others the way that they were treated, knowing how much they hated how they were treated.
Yeah, but I mean, it's mental health. It's different things. But we actually did a show about, on a reverse tip, how you could be from a small town or whatever and have always been the shit from
Yeah.
child on up, and then now you're just not that anymore. It could affect you in a reverse. I mean, imagine what I, sometimes I feel like I could get a little, if I a little crazy if things are not going. Now, I'm not gonna say if things are not going my way or if things are not going in a pretty good path for me, because I always, from a child, know how to pull myself out of, because everybody go
Right.
through
A red.
dips, but
Right.
I've always known how to pull myself up. You know what I mean? So, I mean, that could be a trait that I have from childhood. I don't know, but
Yeah, for sure.
you know how I am. You back me all the way against the wall, I'm gonna come out fighting.
Yeah,
Period.
me too.
Period.
We're gonna get into some of these comments. So coming back up, Lulu says your past can spill into your adulthood, but people should eventually do what is right and not forever dwell on negative experiences from the past.
Right.
I totally agree with that. Robin does too.
Yeah,
Um,
I definitely agree. And I feel like if you can't deal with it on your own, there's help. There's help.
yeah, and I mean, but the thing is do you even listen to people when they say, because the thing is when these people are living this situation, they don't think they're doing anything wrong. And so do you have people who are going to be real enough around you to say, bruh or sis, like what's really going on? Like why you doing it like that?
Boom, that's mic drop right there, for sure. But you
So
should definitely have, if you can't check yourself, you should have people around you that can check your ass.
yeah, and that you completely trust, because like I said, just in speaking to my friend, via social media, I just thought it was so disheartening the way that he spoke about females. And I was just like, you know you're not the same person that I remember from back in the day. Like it's like not cool, basically, you know?
Wow. Yeah.
And so from that point, I didn't block him, but I definitely never communicated with him again because I just thought that he wasn't disrespectful to me, but the way that he spoke about women was just very disrespectful.
Yeah. Bad.
And I'm like, listen, I don't know what type of party you think this is, but it that ain't me, that ain't this, that ain't that. I ain't with it. So, yeah, I mean, so the moral of the story is as we wrap this thing on up, because can you guys believe it's already been 25 minutes? My goodness, we just rolling. The moral of the story is like, don't let your past define your future. Like, you can have a past and the past couldn't have been exactly what you envisioned or imagined, but as you grow and become more self-aware, definitely take the steps to be kind, because this world is so cruel, and one more kind person just helps us become more humane.
Yeah, that's for sure. Um, oh yeah, Lulu, yeah. Lulu, you saying about your friend, he was really jaded. Yeah, and it's probably, I mean, I'm sure a lot of people take their past, but I think as adults
Yeah.
and human
Yeah.
and being a good person, we know right from wrong, whether we execute it or not,
Yeah.
right? Um, I mean, and you know, I can say, I ain't gonna go all the way into it, but
Mhm.
I can say that, um, you know, as far as Puff Daddy goes, Diddy, he may have suffered from stuff from his childhood. I don't know. I'm not his doctor. And whatever, why he did monstrous things. But we know that he knows right from wrong, because I can say for sure he had a good side to him.
Right, and I think that was the point that they were trying to make with the documentary, to really humanize him, to say, okay, everybody is making him out to be this monster, but just know that there was good in him. And do I think so? I've seen other documentaries on Diddy, right? And um he's a person just like you or me. Like, he's no bigger than anyone else. Although he did make a lot of money, he's still a person. He makes mistakes. Um, Sometimes I think that people take things to the extreme when they can. Do I think every decision was his? Absolutely not. I think that he made a lot of terrible decisions, but I do think that some people around him ran with it, you know, in the name of Diddy.
Right. I mean, his whole situation is a messed up situation, because I can remember back in the day, everybody, whether they was at a Diddy party or not, you know, um, they were saying that they were at a Diddy party and wanted to have clout, that they were invited to a Diddy party. Now nobody want to be affiliated with that shit. What's really good?
Right. So, I mean, he made a lot of stars. He made a lot of hits and he made a lot of money for a lot of people. Now, does that exempt him from the terrible things that he did? Absolutely not. I'm definitely not saying that by no stretch of the means. It doesn't exempt him from that, but he is a person. He is a person who can make mistakes. Nobody is above making mistakes, and he made a lot of them. And so for that, he has to take accountability.
Telling y'all that accountability is some serious shit.
Yeah. He has to take accountability for the things that, he inspired, for the things that he um saw happen and turned a blind eye to, or things that he's actually set in motion, or things that he said, hey, yeah, go ahead and do that. He's got to take accountability for every single thing that he did. I just hate that it affects his kids. And hopefully they'll still be straight after all this is said and done, because, of course, they don't deserve, anything that might be coming down the pipeline because of their parents. So that's
Yeah,
the only thing that I wish the kids well. I think Diddy needs to get what he deserves, in terms of the,
because he hurt a lot of other people kids.
yeah,
I mean, I'm not saying it in that way, but I'm just saying Cassie's somebody's child, whatever.
yeah,
Human person.
yeah. So unfortunately, another icon, somebody that I totally looked up to, somebody that I respected, somebody that I wanted. I enjoyed his hustle. I never idolized him, of course, but I'm like, dang, if I could just, get to meet Diddy or something like that. Like, I totally respected him. And it's just disheartening to see that, another one of our legends has fallen from grace. I just really hate it.
Yeah, definitely sucks. And he definitely let a lot of people down. I
Yeah.
mean, I've been to like so many of his seminars. What a great speaker, like, throughout the years, like, you know, supported so much of his stuff, just, I mean, it,
Yeah.
it
I
definitely,
mean, come on. When Sean John came out, of course, everybody had it. When he was back in Ciroc, everybody was drinking it. I still drink.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And
I
doing his
mean,
revolt, and when he was coming out with revolt and doing different revolt parties, that's not the after party, y'all. Okay, but
I mean, from that to all of the
I
amazing
popped in a few
music.
regular parties.
I mean, one of my favorite groups of all time is 112. I mean, geez, he put them on. If anybody knows me, y'all know I love me some 112. So,
Yeah,
I mean, it's just
and
a
they're dope.
sad situation. And I just hope that, the truth does prevail, and that, you know, he learns. Now, just like R. Kelly, his career is probably over. But I mean, time will tell.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna get into our 5 minute tip of the night, which would be like two.
Okay, do you have one, or am I giving one?
Do you have one?
I kind of do. So, I told you guys
Give it to us, girl. Give it
I
to
was
us,
gonna
girl.
start talking about products, right? Okay.
Okay.
So as you can see, I have this totally new look tonight, right? Long hair, don't care. Well, I just want to let you guys know this is not a weave, this is not a wig, but these, my friends, are clip-ins. Okay? Clip-ins will change your life. Let me just tell you, okay? So you get your clip in, you just literally put it right at the top of your hair, and baby, just let it flow. You can change up your style every single day of the week. And my friends, are a fan. I was trying to get myself together, and I was like, listen, I don't got time to get no curling iron out. Let me throw these clip ins in and keep it pushing.
All right. I like that you're talking about a nice new product. Well, not new, but a nice product.
Yes.
Guaranteeing things for us. Because y'all know I'm the queen of some clip-ins. My stylist don't like it. She told me that I'm not allowed to do my own because I want to put them in there and leave them for like 2 days.
Oh my
2 days,
God.
3 days, because I'm so busy. I mean, I'm up and out. But
Yes.
properly put them in, properly take them out, and then they are great.
Oh, yes. So, listen, us Black women, we got to share these tips. We got to share these products. So, if you like it and you love it, like clip ins, they cost you about $40. Listen, you in there
And they
like
got human
swimwear.
hair ones as well.
They definitely do. You can curl these puppies and everything. So, I definitely co-sign on the clip ins. They're one of my favorite products. And so, teach one.
All right.
All
Shantae
right.
taught us something new about one of her favorite products.
Yes. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, or you just got a burning topic that you really, really want us to talk about on TN Things and break that thing down for you, you can hit us up at TN Things, THANGZ, at gmail.com. And we would love to spill the tea on your topic, baby.
All right. Well, we'll see you next Wednesday, same time, same place.
Yes. Peace.